welcome. My name is Jerry Goehring. I am one of the producers. I want to tell you a little bit about the show, where it came from, kind of how we got here, and how excited we are to be here.
So I follow my own rules and I use them as my tools to stay alive.
I'll keep this as short as possible. I tend to talk a lot. This started in 2015. The story is based on Ned Vizzini's book. In 2015, this show was founded at Two River Theater, a small theater in New Jersey, and it ran for 3 weeks. Board of directors wanted to do a fundraiser, so they did a CD. Fast forward 2 years. All of a sudden, I'm having lunch with Joanne Collins, who is the composer of being on the show. He's like, Jerry, you're not going to believe this, but there are 10 million streams of our music. All of a sudden, people are listening to the story. So it's like, well, why don't we take this and do it off Broadway? We run for 10 weeks and it sells out. All of a sudden, there's 30 million streams. People are hearing our story, and it's unbelievable that we're going beyond the room and people are connecting to it. They're connecting to the story inside of this music they're falling in love with. From that off Broadway, we got the invitation from the Stewart organization to come to Broadway. We had a glorious 6 months on Broadway. Now, fast forward to today, we've had 350 million streams. And now we are here in London. And the most perfect place for us to bring this piece is the other palace. I'd like to introduce you now to our fearless leader, Mr. Stephen Brackett, our director.
Meeting us at the beginning, at the beginning of our second week of rehearsal. It's been a really amazing opportunity for myself and my collaborator Chase Rocker, our amazing choreographer, to come here and work with a bunch of artists from London. We have a glorious cast that you'll meet in a second that's hiding from you behind this wall. It's been a really wonderful opportunity for us to take a piece that we feel like we know really, really intimately and add new voices to the room. So Be More Chill tells the story of Jeremy here, who is a high school junior. He lives on sort of the outskirts of the social hierarchy of the school, right? In not kind words, people would call him a geek, they'd call him a loser, they'd call him a nerd, right? He has one really close friend, Michael, and they have a really beautiful friendship, but Jeremy really has aspirations to make more connections with people at school. Jeremy is what I call a spiraler, right? He is an overthinker. In every single moment, he's like, well, it could go wrong this way, or it could go wrong that way. So when he learns that there is this supercomputer pill from Japan that you can take and it will tell you what to do, he's like, give it to me, I want it, right? What I love about this musical is it takes this genre that's sort of familiar, this kind of like high school coming of age story, and filters it through a heavy dose of sci-fi genre. It's specifically a sci-fi genre about technology. We don't want to be the musical that says technology is dangerous, right? We want to be the musical that is talking about technology isn't dangerous on our own, but becomes dangerous when we use it. But even sci-fi aside, I feel like this is a piece about humanity, right? It's a piece about, and I relate to this, about how we can let our own brains get in our way of achieving what we want to achieve. This is a piece with a real profound sense of joy to it. It tells a story and honors the kind of pain that we go through in our everyday life, but spins it with a real sense of optimism and a sense of that we can kind of work through these issues, and has a real sense of really placing the value on human connection. I feel really excited to be putting out a piece that is saying, form relationships, be brave, make connections, and does it in a really joyful way.
Come on, come on, go, come on, come on, go. I'm waiting for my porno to load. My brain is gonna freaking explode.
So introduce yourself first and tell me who you play.
My name is Scott, and my name's Stewart Clarke, and I play Jeremy here. He is he's the story is about Jeremy. It's about
your story.
It's my story. It's about me. And he goes from being this normal kid, like smack bang in the middle of the pecking order, but he really, really wants to get to the top. And someone shows him a way that he can, and so he, not reluctantly, but kind of scarily jumps in 2 feet first, going, oh my god, this is amazing. And then things start to go wrong, and the story unravels.
And how similar to you are?
Did you just see me? I mean, so similar. Like me. Jeremy is me.
What were you like at school?
Jeremy. That was,
like Jeremy.
Yeah. So I was like, I'd say I was a child actor.
Right.
The worst kind of actor. So I missed the first 3 months of school of year 7. So I joined a new school, didn't make any friends because I wasn't there, and then came in. I was like, hi guys, I'm in a film, and then made no friends, obviously, because when you come and you go, I'm in a film, everyone goes, okay. And so I was bullied from like year 7 to 11, which basically made me want to be like this and want to like sing and dance. So thank you, bullies. You've made me who I am.
Now, of course, it's time to hit the road, which means I'll be uncomfortable all day, but that really isn't such a change. If I'm not feeling weird or super strange, my life would be in utter disarray, 'cause freaking out is my okay. Good morning! Time to start the day. Come on, come on, go, go. Come on, come on, go, go. Dad, haven't you heard of pants?
We're all men in this house. Pretend we're in the army.
But you're driving me to school.
Oh, I know I promised you, buddy. I'm not sure I'm up for going outside today. You understand?
Just, when I get home, please have clothes on, okay?
10 up!
And this show has been huge. 350 million downloads.
It's
Did you
insane.
know it? Had you downloaded it?
I hadn't. So I had heard More Than Survive on Shuffle on Spotify, and I thought, that's great. That must just be a standalone song. And saw the artwork, took it in, and then it skipped by to the next song, and I was on the tube or something. So, and every time it would come up and be like, oh, that's that great song with that cool artwork. And then I got this audition, and I was like, I recognised that artwork. Went back through my Spotify stuff and went, oh my god, that's that song I loved. I never downloaded it because I'd never like found it again when it was on Shuffle, and then obviously listened to it about 75 times and now love it. But it is a phenomenal piece. Like the music is phenomenal. Joe Iconis is iconic.
God, I wish I had the skill to just be funny, cool, and chill. I don't wanna be a hero, just wanna stay in the line. I'll never be a Rob De Niro. For me, Joe Pesci is fine, and so I follow my own rules, and I use them as my tools to stay alive. I don't wanna be special, no, I just wanna survive. Come on, go, go. Come on, go.
And how's it been working with Stephen? So he directed the Broadway version.
Yeah.
Has he given you much freedom to like change things, or?
Yeah, he is like, he could, I mean, we do scenes, and he's the best type of directing style, which is like, we're just going to jump in, I'm not going to do the accent, we're just going to jump, I did enough of it there, we're just going to jump in, and we'll give it a go, and then I'll just jump in, and if I have an idea, I'll have an idea, and if you hate it, he came up to us and he said it to me, and then he went, actually I should tell the room this, he said, if I ever have an idea and you hate it, tell me, because we won't do it. If you go, no, Stephen, I'm not doing that, we won't do it. And which is like the best type of director. If I feel uncomfortable doing something, but I don't want to speak up because the director said it, you know, it'd be rubbish because I don't know how to do it. But if I go, actually, do you know what, I can't do that, he'll go, let's do it a different way. It's just the best.
And what's the rest of the cast been like? Have you made some friends?
Many. I mean, you know when you meet a group of people and you're like, friends for life?
Yeah.
It's one of them. Yeah, they are just, I mean, they're the most talented bunch of people around because they're in this, and they're, you know, it's such a massive musical, and they obviously did this massive search for these really talented London actors, and they, you know, they found them. I won't include myself in that, but they found them, and yeah, they're amazing. And I could name all of them and say they're the closest. But obviously Blake and I have like, in fact, we had a dinner party. I went round to his for dinner with his partner, and we just had we had games night on the Thursday before the Monday of rehearsal starting.
Oh,
so we
wow.
bonded before.
Michael!
I play Michael Mel, who is Jeremy's best friend. I mean, they're both geeks, let's be honest, like, they're both nerds. Jeremy kind of wants to be a cool, but Michael's totally okay with it. He just doesn't care. He's just happy to be.
That was the end. Now tell me, friend, how was class? You look like ass. What's wrong? Boys, what does that even mean? My mothers would be thrilled. Oh, I hate this school. It's all good. I saw a discovery that humanity has stopped evolving. That's good. Evolution is survival of the fittest, right? Because of technology, you don't have to be strong to survive, which means there's never been a better time in history to be a loser. Thanks. So won't it?
And did you know this show? Had you heard about it or got any wind of it?
Yes and no. So, I'm guilty. Well, a couple of my friends, when they heard the album, they were like, "Blake, this is like so you, it's right up your street, listen to it." I went home, did I listen to it? No, I didn't. And I wish I had, because it was amazing. And when I got the audition, I was like, this is so me. And here I am. I love it.
And it must be a departure from Starlight Express and spinning around.
The opposite end of the spectrum.
I think you've still got a little bit of sci-fi in there.
Still a little bit of kind of...
Just not on skates?
Just not on skates. And I'm not a toy. Like, I'm a human person. Yeah, it's completely different, but also the same in the sense that he's just really playful and, like, nothing's really that serious.
Signing up for the play. I was going to say that it's on my base. No! I mean, look who's signing up for the play!
Oh, Miss Miracle Chow.
Hello.
That is a stagey name and a half, isn't it?
I know, my mama knew.
She just knew you were destined for this.
Oh, bless her.
How have you been?
I'm good, yeah.
So I last saw you in Rocky Horror.
I know. Getting my.
That was quite a crazy, mad sci-fi show.
I know.
And now you've gone straight into another one.
I have a type, don't I? I have a type. I know. I did think that when I got cast.
Yeah.
I was like, I just can't stay away from that sci-fi. Give it to me now.
So tell me about you, who you play in this show.
So I play Christine Canicula. She's kind of like the love interest in the show, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I've never been the love interest before, so I know.
Nice.
I'm excited. But yeah, she's basically she's an outsider in your average like secondary school and/or high school. But she like owns being an outsider. She's like, I'm totally cool with it. I've got my own thing going on. You know, I'll be really like I'm studying. I'm smart. Like she's a go-getter. She strives to learn as much as she possibly can. She wants to be learning about the Tudors. She wants to be learning about like biological science, chemistry stuff. So she's literally like always searching for more information, which is kind of different to some of the other characters in the show because they have a lot of demons in their heads and you know, social anxiety, which is also why I love the show because it really speaks to a lot of people, and especially like the younger audiences. It's like that's what they're going through. It's amazing to be able to put something like that on where people can relate. But for Christine, she kind of is showing that it's okay to be different. It's okay to be quirky. It's okay to kind of be you and be what you want. But the voices in her head are more the pressure of being successful, achieving what she feels she has to achieve. And I think you can even relate to that in your adult life as well. So kind of
Christine, Canicula, Christine, Canicula.
What were you like at school?
What was I like in school? So there's a character in the show called Jenna, and I think I'm probably the Jenna. I was just kind of floating around everyone.
Were you
like,
a gossip?
Got on with everybody. No, I wasn't a gossip, but I didn't think I really found my clique, and I hated cliques. And I mean, it's more of a thing in America, isn't it? We don't. I mean, my school didn't have cliques really, like the jocks, the theatre kids, And obviously doing theatre, I had so many different groups of friends. So I just kind of went around them all, never really belonged in any of them, but just kind of got on with everyone.
I'm never gonna be the cool guy. I'm more the one who's left out of all the characters at school. I am not the one who the story's about. Why can't someone just help me out and teach me how to thrive? Help me
How are you?
Yeah, good, really good. Loving this so much. It's so cool as well because we're all suddenly and quickly so close.
Really?
It doesn't feel like we've known each other for only a week and a half. It's
Have you
crazy.
known anybody? Did you know Millie, perhaps?
Yeah, obviously, I knew Mills and I knew of Eloise and I knew of quite a few people.
Yeah.
But it's so nice to just kind of work. Most of the time I've ended up working with someone I know.
Yeah.
But it's nice to actually feel like you've worked with them for ages. It's really cool.
And it's brilliant that you're all new to the cast. They haven't brought anybody
Yeah,
over. They've
I
kind of
know.
given it a complete, fresh, new life.
Yeah, I think it kind of needed that though because it's kind of essentially a different production because it's in a different style of theatre. We haven't got, it's not end on, it's like kind of thrust in the other palace. And also, you know, British people don't understand a lot of the American humour, so there's been a few alterations and stuff. So we've kind of been feeding back with the creatives, like there's certain things that we didn't understand, we were like, what's this thing? So yeah, it's been cool to create it for a British audience.
So tell me about who you play.
I play Jenna Rowland, and she is a bit of a misfit in a way. She's a gossip, and she will use that to kind of navigate her way around friendship groups. So she kind of, everyone likes her, but they kind of just like use her, ring her out for information, and then toss her in the laundry. You know what I mean? And I think she's okay with that, but I do think deep down she would want some really close pals rather than just loads of people that kind of like her but wouldn't call her a friend, you know? And I think a lot of people can kind of relate to that from being at school. Like I definitely was like a floater of friendship groups. I didn't have like a set group that I was in, and she's very much like that. But I don't think I spread as many rumours as she did, so...
I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
Excuse me, what the frick is that?
I was just filling this prop beaker with Puck's pansy serum.
I'm getting Mr. Reyes.
No, wait! How are you feeling today?
No one's ever asked me that before. I know everything about everyone in this school, but no one ever wants to know me.
You can help her. Offer her a drink.
I can't trick her into drinking a pill.
She would do anything to feel like she belonged.
I would do anything to feel like I belong.
Then, would you maybe want to drink this?
What's in it?
A supercomputer from Japan that solves all your problems? And Mountain Dew.
Okay. Ow!
Here we are,
Yeah.
Be More Chill.
Be More Chill, yeah.
This is quite a step. So I still remember you in Loserville when you were playing.
Well,
you were playing the kids.
Yeah.
And now you've kind of
Graduated.
Graduated. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to say, it kind of feels like a return to that world.
because that was my first job.
Yeah.
And I started doing Loserville, and it was rooted in youth and a young sound and this like vibrant choreography and everything. And that was what introduced me to the industry, and I loved it. But since then, I've kind of moved away. I've done a lot of classical theatre.
Yeah, you went legit.
Yeah, I went legit. I've done some classical plays. I've done some Sondheim. I've done some Rodgers and Hammerstein. And I haven't really revisited the kind of young poppy rocky genre that much, which is a shame because I love it. I do love it. Like, Legally Blonde and all that stuff. That's my jam.
You did Loserville at the Union.
I did.
Which is very kind of similar round. It's like back in the high school.
It's true. You're the first person to bring this up.
Stuart did Loserville in the West End.
He did.
So the pair of you have both come from that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I thought that actually when I.
He had his abs out back then.
I mean, I saw. I was there as like a grad. I was like. Maybe she loves.
Is it nice to be back in a high school kind of vibe?
Babe, I graduated for years. I don't think I've played my age yet. I'm not going to tell you my age. I'm going to let you guess.
I'm not even going to guess. Not even going to get it.
Just in this time warp.
But
yeah, no, I thought that Loserville's got such a similar vibe to it. Obviously, it doesn't have an actual sci-fi convention, but less of like an actual sci-fi element. But yeah, the music, the energy of the piece does feel really similar to me. So yeah, it's quite nice. I'm often a petty teen, shall we say.
So when this came up, having just done Fiddler as well, I was like, yes, please. This is such a departure from what I've been doing recently that it couldn't be more exciting. I mean, also the fact that it is Be More Chill. Yeah. And I'd looked into it and I was like, this is a juggernaut that I don't fully understand yet. I still don't understand.
Had you heard any of it, or did you know of it?
Do you know what, Phil? I did. I can't remember when this was. It was a couple of years ago. It was before I had a baby and I had spare time. That doesn't exist anymore. But I spent a Sunday. I was really into Heathers at the time, which I saw at the other Palace, and I was watching YouTube animatics. Have you heard of these?
Yes. Yeah.
Come on, go. Come on, go. I'm waiting for my porno to load. My brain is gonna freaking explode. And now, of course, it's time to hit the road, which means I'll be uncomfortable all day.
Watching YouTube animatics of like Heather songs, which are brilliant. And there was on recommended, the next view, there was a Be More Chill one. I was like, I don't know what this is. I'm going to watch it. I think it was a 2-player game I saw, and I was like, this is cool. Don't know what it is, but this is fun. And that was kind of. I watched a few of them. I was like, great, cool, an American musical. That's fun. Didn't think much of it, but then when it came back, I looked back into it and I was like, wait, there's so many views on like those videos. There's like millions and millions of views, and the streams, there's like 300 million streams on the Spotify. So you kind of got an idea, like this is a big deal. This show is a big deal to a lot of people, which makes it very exciting, I think, because it clearly connects with people and people clearly have a very strong reaction to it, which I think is reflective of all the best kind of art that, people connect with it, and people really do with Be More Chill.
Does it worry you that you have to kind of...
Yes and no. I like to think it more excited me than worried me. I think this idea that, yes, okay, obviously it's a very expectant fan base, it's a very passionate fan base, but for me that's more exciting than it is daunting, I think. I myself am very passionate and excited about a lot of things, but for me that never reflects into negativity.
Yeah.
It's always an exciting, positive thing, and I think it's the same with most fan bases, most fandoms, that, at the heart of it, at the core of it, they love it. And if you love something, that will reflect positively on anyone involved in it. And I hold true to that, and I think people will do the same with this.
Are you excited to meet the fans?
Oh yeah.
Are you worried about what they're going to think of it?
No, I'm not. I think if they're as lovely as they've been so far, they'll just be super supportive.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, you can have favourites and that's absolutely fine, but I don't really mind that. It's more that I want like British people to kind of be able to experience Be More Chill, That's what's important.
Do you feel apprehensive about the fans coming to see it? Do you feel pressure to live up to what they might expect?
Definitely. That last bit, yeah. I don't think I'm apprehensive because I think they're so lovely.
Yeah.
And they're all of them have. I always say this. I mean, they are speaking to you. They all say like, "Oh my God, you're amazing," and like I could be rubbish. I mean, they've now seen it, and I hope they would. But before, they were like, "You're going to be amazing." I was like, "I could be so bad." I'd like to say I'm not, but they're so lovely, and they're so quickly accepting of this new cast, and they were so in love with that old cast.
Yeah.
And we're just a new bunch of people, and they've instantly accepted us. So I'm so excited to meet them and like take pictures and sign whatever they want to sign, because I'm just like, I'm thankful that they made this show what it is, so that I can be in it and do the part I'm doing.
Well, I guess evolution's not for everyone.
You don't have to do this. Of course, I'll mock you forever if you don't.
Come on, come on, go. Come on, come on, go. Yo!
Yo.
Is this where you meet for the play?
Nope, this is where you meet for the swim team. I'm joking.
Oh, I'm Jeremy!
Are you okay? You seem nervous.
No, I always sweat this much.
I get it, you're a virgin. First play rehearsal.
Oh, you think I'm nervous about play rehearsal?
It's okay. I'm a little jealous, actually. You never forget your first play rehearsal.
What were you like as a kid at school? Did you relate to any of the characters?
I was the worst. I was so loud, you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, oh yeah, miracle day. I was always late. Don't tell anyone. I was so late for class all the time. And because I always knew I wanted to like be a performer, I mean, I loved English and I loved writing essays, but I was just always like dancing in my head or singing in my head. Like I'd always be like, oh, you're late again, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I was in the music department singing on my own. The song on my own. No, but yeah,
on my own.
Yeah, on my own. So yeah, like that's kind of who I was. So not too far from Christine, to be fair.
Or were you the love interest? Do you have a few boys chase you?
If I was lucky. Well, I had a mullet at one point, which was
nice.
I remember my mum, she was like, oh yeah, we'll get a hairdresser to come to our house, so we'll save some money. We'll like cut everyone's hair at one time, right? And she came and she cut me a mullet. And she goes, remember when like layers were a thing? Like layers and feather were the thing, like because I'm really young.
Rachel from Friends.
Yeah. I got this mullet. And I remember there was a boy that I was kind of, hoping to date at the time, and he was like, maybe you should curl your hair. I know.
That's harsh.
I know, I had a mullet. I know, and I fell off a bench and hit my head too, so not only that. I'm so clumsy, just in general as well, like just such a disaster, miracle of a disaster. I had a massive scab and a mullet.
I love play rehearsal, and I get depressed as soon as it's done. But not depressed as in like kill yourself depressed. No, I'm not into self-harm. Dude, I swear here to my arm. See, I just use the word to emphasize a point. Show the passion that I got. I am passionate a lot.
So tell me more about who you play in the show.
So, it's a part unlike anything else. I'll never get a chance to do anything like this again, so I'm going to relish it. He's the SQUIP, that's the name of the character.
Which stands for
Super Quantum Unit Intel Processor. So essentially, I'm a computer.
Yeah.
I manifest as a Keanu Reeves-esque person on stage, but the character itself is this AI who is inside Jeremy's brain, and it's the way I like to describe it is like, Ratatouille.
Yeah.
The guy's got the rat in his head,
Yeah.
pulling his hair, telling him how to cook. That's me. I'm the rat in the hair. Basically telling Jeremy everything he needs to do, using math and calculations to formulate possible like futures and ideas, and be like, hey, if you buy that shirt at that point, this person might notice it then. Probability-wise, that will mean you have this relationship. It's like, you know, he's using so much stuff to see Jeremy succeed and provide him with the tools he needs. It's brilliant. There's a line in it that goes, everything you need to succeed in life is good hand-eye coordination and a cheat code. And I'm the cheat code. And I think we've all felt like that, haven't we? We've all like gone, oh man, I wish there was just something telling me this is exactly how you need to do this. This is exactly, if you want to succeed, just do this, 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 and this, and you will. It's guaranteed. And it's wish fulfillment, like to the nth degree. But in terms of my character, he's this AI. He desperately wants to help Jeremy. That remains true. But I think as the AI develops and realizes that it can sync with other AI, it realizes, hey, I want to form a giant social network, and that's the way to really help you, Jeremy, is if I kind of invade everyone, then I can get everyone to like you. And it takes a twisted, darker turn, as you know, in a Black Mirror-y sort of way. But the script wants the best for Jeremy. Obviously. Genuinely, yeah.
For assistance, Jeremy. She's helpless and craving. She clearly needs saving. And you hold the key. Whoa, Jeremy. If you get her corrected, you'll both be connected. Literally. Whoa, she's lost and overcome with hesitation. She wished she knew what life was all about. A SQUIP can fix her current situation. Things improve without a doubt. It'll be you who helped her out. Let's save the pitiful children. Let's save the pitiful children. Let's teach the pitiful children who haven't a clue just what to do. Help them to help you.
What were you like at school?
What was I like at school? I was not as much of a sort of musical theatre nerd as I would like to be. I feel like I missed out, actually. I didn't come to it until about university. I remember watching my sister in Oliver Twist and being like, I think I want to do that, but I'm definitely not confident to do that. And I was, you know, I'm like that grumpy teen, just like, oh, I don't want to go and watch Oliver, but secretly you're like, man, I wish I was in Oliver so bad. But no, I think I had a lot in common with Jeremy, actually. That kind of like, keep your head down, don't rock the boat, kind of stay in the middle. You know, you don't want to be too much of something. You don't want to be too passionate about something. If you just kind of like tread the water, tread the line, you'll get through. It was like a survival tactic. That, you know, I mean, I think in this show a lot of characters speak to a lot of people, but that first number speaks to me more than survive. This idea that like, hey, anything could go wrong at any time. The best thing you can do is just try and just sneak through school. So yeah, I feel like if I had embraced my passions more at school, I could have got more out of it. But hey.
And would you have taken a pill if you could have?
Oh, I see.
Oh, no one's ever asked me that. Do you know what? I probably wouldn't have, because I was really good at not accepting peer pressure. My mum was really like, if someone tells you to take drugs, don't take drugs. And so I didn't. And I was like, no, I don't think I would have. I think I would have been really good and been like, no means no. Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad.
Do you think you would have?
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I'm joking. If I could have taken a pill, if somebody came up to me and was like, I probably would have just tried it. Yeah, I probably would have, because I think when you're in high school, you really go through that phase where you just kind of want to try everything, and you have to be so strong to go, oh, that doesn't sound fun, like, because it sounds kind of fun, right? Like, you get like this character who like comes and talks to you, and like, awesome, like, okay, I'll have like, you know, Meryl Streep talking to me, like, great, give me advice. I mean, it wouldn't go well, but you know.
I think looking back, I would have, but no, hang on. Looking back, I would have liked to have taken a pill, but then I probably wouldn't have because my mum would have been like, don't take drugs.
Do you think you would have?
No. My mum wouldn't have let me. No way. She would have told me off. I don't know. I think I wouldn't judge anyone for doing it either because sometimes it's just so hard, and you know, if there is like an easy way like to sort it out, it's kind of like, is it worth it in the end? That's kind of what the musical's about. You have to come and see it. But yeah, it's about whether you want to take the risk, like with anything, I guess.
Oh God, who knows what you do when you're 14? I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm going to say no, just in case my parents are watching. But who knows? Yeah. I get it. I get Jeremy. I get it.
Everything about us is going to be wonderful. We love everything about SQUIP. Everything about us is going to be so alive. We can never live without SQUIP.
How would you sell this show to somebody who had no idea what it's about?
So it's Mean Girls meets The Matrix, and A Little Shop of Horrors meets The Matrix.
You'd think I'd be able to answer that question really easily.
If you like the sort of Mean Girls, Heathers, High School Musical...
No, Mean Girls meets Dear Evan Hansen, and Little Shop of Horrors meets The Matrix.
I've forgotten your question.
There was a really beautiful quote, I think, from the New Yorker or the New York Times, and it said, if you fed Mean Girls and Dear Evan Hansen to the Little Shop of Horrors plant, then you'd get Be More Chill. And it's so accurate.
I think everyone, I don't know, like a lot of people have compared it to Dear Evan Hansen, Heather, like they're all really kind of modern high school musicals.
If you like delving into that teenage angst, but you also want a bit of a sci-fi twist, you know, you want that Little Shop of Horrors plan element, that bit that's just a bit out there, a bit weird, then Be More Chill is the one that's going to deliver.
I'd say if you want to come see, like, laugh, if you want to come and laugh and have something lift your spirit, you know, for a couple of hours, like in a really nice intimate theatre. Again, it's an intimate theatre, so you're going to get an awesome acting experience as well. And you know, Steven's such an awesome director. Everything that he's done is honestly is so detailed, and it's gonna. I think it's gonna play really well in the space.
I mean, I've seen some of the costumes they gave the SQUIP on Broadway. Like, oh my goodness, the design, the music as well that Joe O'Connor's has written. Yes, there is pop rock musical theatre stuff.
The music's beautiful. It's so great. The first day that we actually sang through everything, it was emotional because it's just so beautiful. The music's great.
But there's also like horror. There's like Hammer horror. Like, you know, there's sci-fi stuff. There's so much in there that you wouldn't expect from that genre of musical that it makes it kind of different to stuff we've seen before.
It sounded like you were scatting as well in one of the songs.
I did. Do you know what it says in the score? Do you know what it says? It says robo-scatting. That's my robo-scatting.
Put that on your CV.
I will.
Let's save the pitiful children. Let's save the pitiful children. Let's save the pitiful children who haven't a clue. That's what we do. That's what we do.
And of course you did Little Shop. So are there similarities between the two shows?
Absolutely. I think the whole plant motif in Little Shop is the SQUIP, Mean Girls, you know, you've got all the schoolgirls, the idea of it being in a school, and Dear Evan Hansen, the actual heartbreak of it, how difficult it can be with anxiety and, you know, trying to figure out your place in the world, that kind of stuff. It's literally those three musicals combined. It's crazy.
Because that's what it is. It's this amazing classic musical theatre story, you know, classical musical theatre with this beautiful coming of age story of a kid who just wants to be a better person.
It's fun, it's playful, but it's like, and it's so energized, it's so animated because it's just heightened high school American dream, but it's also really kind of real and honest, and everyone can relate to that feeling of I wish someone would tell me what to do.
It's just such a beautiful story, but with that sci-fi twist that makes people go, oh, this is different. This isn't like all other musicals on Broadway. This is like something else. So come and see it because it's amazing. It's kind of spooky, and it's It's beautiful. It's a beautiful story about a boy who just wants to be loved. There you go.
I'm sure they're going to love you.
I hope so. I so hope so.
So if you want to come, you want to see some acting, you know, some fun shit. Like the songs are amazing. There's a huge range that you can listen to. We've got like kind of pop, like rock, riffing. We've got kind of like, you know, some more musical theatre elements to it. So if you want to be entertained and see some fun choreo with a bit of a twist and be reminded of Keanu Reeves, and who doesn't, quite frankly, then I'd say come see the show.
Are you keeping the beard?
Do you know what? I don't know. It's a conversation we need to have. But correct me if I'm wrong, I think Keanu Reeves has a beard right now.
Yeah.
I think he does. Yeah, doesn't he?
Keep it.
So if we're being Keanu Reeves of 2020, then maybe. We'll see.
And can you go anywhere without anybody asking about Six still?
Of course not.
I have to admit, your song is still my go-to song when I'm at the gym.
Me too.
I'm looking back. How many about do you actually listen to your own track?
Do you know what? If I'm really not doing well and I'm like, oh, I'll put it on and be like, do you know what, Renee? Come on, you can do this. You did this, so come on, like that kind of thing. Very rarely, because sometimes I'll listen to it and be like, oh, I wish I did this way. So I try not to. But sometimes when I want that extra push, I'll do that, because my dream in drama school was to be on a cast recording, and it was the first thing I did, which was just so crazy to me. So sometimes it's nice to just like remind yourself of that, you know.
And have you been back to see the show?
Oh, many a time. I recently saw the tour cast, and before that I saw the cast change in London. Yeah.
What's it like watching other people?
It's great. It's really great. It's so nice to see all of the roles kind of evolving. And the great thing about Six is that it's never based on like how one person did it. It's based on you as a person and your different flavour that you bring to it.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. Like, yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely to go back and see it, actually.
And is that something you brought into Be More Chill? That kind of sense of reinventing and finding other things?
Right. I think so. I think because I didn't see Be More Chill on Broadway, like we don't really know what went on. You know, there's not videos online of it, obviously. I listened to the cast recording like I think twice through, and Tiffany Mann, who plays my part, I think is phenomenal. I saw her weirdly in Waitress when I went a few years ago.
Wow.
And I thought she was fantastic, and now I'm doing this, which is just so crazy. She's phenomenal, and I'm trying to like distance myself from it so I can kind of make it my own, which I think is super important as well. But yeah, I think it's going to be quite different. Yeah.
Not pitiful children.